Hey guys.
Hello. It's currently October 9th, 2023, and we're recording one-on-one ratio pod. The podcast where we talk about film and sometimes Australian feminist writer Germaine Greer.
And guys, I tried really hard to make a joke and nothing came to mind.
But it's okay because everything sounds good, even silence on Meli's new spanking microphone.
Guys, I have a freaking new mic for podcasting and this thing is crazy. Like, I feel so professional.
Yeah, she is very professional. And you know what they say, the bigger the mic, better the quality.
It's it's definitely right here and it
Yeah.
obstructs the view.
Oh, I thought that was a little egg in an egg holder, a
Oh,
black egg in an egg holder.
does it not
You're
look
gonna
like I have?
crack into it with a spoon.
Oh, yeah.
Just kidding. It's
Like,
a
it looks like I have a
very cool.
beard.
Oh, well, that would be a very interesting beard shape to grow.
True.
Um, but Meli, some
Yeah.
insane things happened. I mean, actually, not a lot of movie news happened. But
Oh,
wait,
wait, we should make an announcement.
yeah, we should introduce the episode. Um, so this is gonna be a bit of an informal episode, I guess, because our well, first of all, our episode on the film Bones and All is coming either next week or the week after that for sure.
Yeah.
Very looking forward to that. It's just due to some circumstances we both um not both of us have seen the movie yet, and that will happen.
Yeah, don't worry,
So
guys. Bones
and
and
but
all will be reviewed.
we didn't want to revoke your privileges to listen to one-on-one ratio pod if you're a devoted listener. So we decided to do a special episode about
Horror movies.
woo, it's
Woo!
October. Woo.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
um,
Um,
and it's gonna be about our top 5 horror films of
yep.
all time,
Yup.
which is again it was a very hard process to pick, but we'll talk about that.
So
Well,
difficult. But
um
yeah, we're
yeah.
gonna be doing that for you guys this week.
Woo!
Um, and we'll do we'll sprinkle in some special episodes every now and then.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this is our
So get
first
used to
special
it.
episode.
Yeah,
Exactly.
very fun. We already have some interesting ideas how to do rankings,
Yeah.
like talking about stuff. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. Um, it's also cool.
What do you want to share?
Actually, I don't really have any cool movie news.
Womp,
It's not very
womp,
cool,
womp.
but Chris Rock is directing a film this year or next year, whatever, about Martin Luther King Jr. based on a book, and he's doing it for Universal Studios. What do you think of Chris Rock?
Um, I don't really care about him.
Me neither. And I don't really
Sorry.
care about the film.
Don't care about the film. Don't care about the slap. Sorry to bring that up.
That's that's mostly what everyone knows him for nowadays.
I also
Um,
don't think he's funny. Like, I don't find
no,
his
me neither.
comedy funny at
Me neither.
all.
I don't like
So,
his voice. I don't like his comedy.
yeah.
So we're on the same boat. But um, whatever. Make your biopic, Chris. Let's
Yay.
go. But yeah, just want to put that out there. I mean, it's probably not gonna be the most fantastic film ever, but maybe it will be. Blow us away, Chris Rock. I think it's his directorial debut. No,
I think so, yeah. I don't.
he's already starred in his stand-ups, his film stand-ups, but that doesn't really count.
Yeah, do you count that? I don't know.
Um, But yeah, he's pretty he's okay. Let's
He's
see.
whatever.
Let's see what this new film is. Show us your show us your talents, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
What did you have anything written down for movie news this week?
I have, yeah. So I have movie news, and I also have a shout out I want to give.
Okay.
Okay. Movie news. Priscilla official trailer has been released. Guys, it looks pretty fucking epic.
It looks amazing.
It looks amazing. Like my mom and I were talking about it in the car, and even like my mom is hyped for this movie.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it's going to be really good, and I'm really excited to see the
I need to
downfall of
show the
Elvis.
trailer to that mom, to my mom as well, not that
To
mom.
that mom.
What mom's over there? Is that Australian writer Jermaine Greer?
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about you.
Oh,
Um, I know I need to show Priscilla to my mom because I think she'll also be interested. It I'm so excited for there to be a retelling of Elvis after the trash pile that was 2022 Elvis biopic.
don't get me started.
Yeah, that movie
Guys,
was awful.
how is that Austin Butler dedicated all that time to become Elvis and do the accent and embody him? And then Jacob Elordi swoops in and does it with zero effort.
That's the thing though. I don't care if they're fucking accurate. I don't give a shit. If it one of my favorite biopic from the last few years was Spencer, if you watch that.
Oh, so good.
And it was barely historically accurate.
It
It was
wasn't,
all
yeah.
kind of like, but it wasn't like Blonde where they're just doing it about Marilyn Monroe to do it about Marilyn Monroe. This was about Princess Diana, but there was a point to it. You're showing the exploitation that happened. um Maybe it's not accurate exploitation, but it's a way to explore the royal family and all its pitfalls in reality, how they are. Even
Yeah.
even if it's not fully accurate, it tells you that it's not fully accurate and that it's
Mhm.
there for drama and to make a point. um that's how I want my biopics. I don't want them to be a Wikipedia page. Do you agree?
I totally agree, which is why I think that the Martin Luther like biopic probably is not gonna work out well, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I'm excited for Priscilla though, because it's like from her point of view and like
Yeah.
it's gonna be good when like Elvis's estate is like, fuck this movie, we don't want it to be
Yeah.
released, and Priscilla's like standing there hand in hand with Sofia Coppola at fucking Venice or whatever. Like it's
Yeah.
about to be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Wait, who did you say was next to Sofia Coppola?
Priscilla. Did I not say that?
Oh, she was there. She was in the premiere.
I thought she was. Well, the movie's about her.
I know,
I
but
thought she was there.
I didn't know if she approved it. Did she have to
It's
approve
based
it?
off of the book she wrote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, then sure. Okay, then that
Yeah.
makes sense that she was at the premiere.
I also want to give a shout out, guys. I want to give a shout out to my favorite person ever. Okay, maybe not ever, but Owen Barbie. Shout out to Owen Barbie for commenting on our last video.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. You are very cool.
Yeah, and thanks for
Hey, I
coming to
wonder if he's
CCC.
watching. Yeah, Owen Barbie, you're a great guy.
Yeah.
And keep watching some good movies. And maybe we'll have you on here for a guest one day if you keep interacting.
Oh shit.
We
Maybe we will.
very cool.
But just want
Um,
to give him a shout out because he's the GOAT.
you are the GOAT. We shout outed his sister during our Mysterious Skin episode.
You're
They're
right.
they're very they're like brother sister duo with like both great film tastes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um yeah, shout out Owen. Um
And do you have any other news you want to give?
speaking speaking of names with O in them,
Oh,
with O in them, um, we talked about a little movie called Foe last week that
oh,
released to very, very low Rotten Tomatoes score.
yeah.
And it officially released this week. And it's bad. It's bad. I haven't seen it yet. So it might be amazing, but the reviews are very bad. Have you read any reviews of Foe, Meli?
I'm gonna be honest, I have not read any reviews because I've been so like preoccupied doing other things.
Yeah, yeah.
But honestly, like part of me just wants to go in blind. Like I just want to go in blind,
Yeah.
not reading any of the bad reviews and make my own opinion on it. But also
Yeah.
like
I respect that a
we'll
lot,
see.
actually.
Yeah.
Um, but I'll just say a lot of people just found it underwhelming
Mm.
and just not interesting whatsoever as a because it's a chamber piece as well, meaning it's all in one room. Um,
Oh,
so I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'll watch it as well, and we'll tell you guys. But
right.
I'm disappointed that this reaction.
Yeah.
Um, but Melly, what did you watch this week? Because it seems like you've seen a lot.
Yeah. So every year for October, this is the third year in a row that I'm doing this. I do a horror in October, Horror-tober.
Mm-hmm.
Um where I make a list. I compile a list of horror movies that I must watch. And then I put them in the list and I choose one, or I have someone choose one for me and I watch. So I kicked off Horror-tober with Pan's Labyrinth. Shout out to my coworker and friend Jonah for choosing that for me. Um yeah, started off with Pan's Labyrinth, moved on to Evil Dead. Yesterday I watched Saw X, so we are three for we're
Wait. That's a bit. Wait. First of all, is this the list you have on Letterboxd called horror movies to watch during October?
yeah.
Okay. So you watched Evil Dead. Tell me
Yes.
about that.
I did not like it that much. I gave it 2. I know the second one is much better than the first one. I know like everyone says that that is
Sure,
known.
sure.
Um I think the gore of it like it's good. It's good
Mm-hmm.
gore. I can see why it's rated NC-17 and like why it was so scary for the time that it came out. I just wasn't very interested because there wasn't really any plot. Well, plot.
Mm.
It was kind of just like there was a plot going in, and then it just it went out the window.
Oh.
Um, and I was getting like kind of disinterested because horror, the scares would go on for too long, and I was like, okay, whatever, this is not scary anymore. Um, yeah,
Oh man. Well,
but I'm
okay.
glad I
Well, you
watched it.
yeah. And Pan's Labyrinth used to be one of my favorite movies. All like I listed it at like one of my top 10 movies of all time.
Oh wow.
It's gone down since just because I think I've matured a little bit more, and some things bothered me more the third time or fourth time around. The last time I watched it, which was a month or two ago. But what did you think? Because it was your first time.
Yeah, it's not definitely not what I expected it to be. I
Hmm.
believe I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, you gave it a 4.
Yeah. Um, obviously it was great. Like, you know,
Right.
Guillermo del
It's
Toro.
don't get me wrong, guys. It's amazing.
It's
It's actually very emotional.
yeah,
At least for me, very emotional ride.
production design off the charts, but everyone knows that about little old Guillermo. Like
Mm-hmm.
that man
Yeah.
really like holy crap. He knows what he's doing. Um, but I don't know, I wasn't as wowed
Hmm.
as I thought I was gonna be. Yeah.
That's sad, but
No, but I didn't think it was bad.
okay.
No, not at all.
Okay. Cause first time I watched it, I got super like invested in the story
Mm-hmm.
because it's an intense movie.
It is an
Um,
intense movie. Yeah.
I think there's not a lot of horror in it except for
No.
obviously the pale man scene. We all know it. We all love it.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest horror thing there. That scene's also influenced by that one painting. I saw that on Instagram. He like copied like one of the stills of the pale man eating a fairy is like resemblant of
Oh.
Neptune devouring his son.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Or is it Neptune? I
I
don't
don't.
know.
I know exactly what painting you're talking
Okay,
about.
it's a very famous
Yeah.
disturbing painting.
I
So
love that
that
painting.
that's pretty cool. I recently saw that on Instagram and I was like, that's pretty cool of you, Guillermo.
Yeah.
You have some heavy hitters on this list though. You have some crazy ones.
Yeah.
You have Alien, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Misery, Suspiria, The House That Jack Built. What
Yeah.
are you
That
doing
is.
watching Lars von Trier in this day and age?
I know. I'm
You know,
sorry.
watch it as much as you want. Talk to me. So I'm excited to see what Meli has to say about all these famous films. The
I'm like
Thing,
hoping I can
The
complete
Witch.
it. Yeah. A lot of them are like, um, classics that I have to
It's
watch.
a
That.
long list. It's a long list too.
Yeah.
So
But that's pretty much it. And then yeah, I watched Saw X last night. So good, guys. The traps. Oh my.
yeah,
Um, traps out of this world. Never seen Saw traps so bloody in my life. These were definitely the most gruesome, vile Saw traps ever.
what was your favorite one?
I think my favorite. Okay, well, the one that has stuck with me the most was when the girl was stuck. So she was stuck in like this like like wire cutter, and in she had 3 minutes to cut off her leg, stick a syringe in, and or stick a tube in that would siphon out bone marrow, and she needed to get enough bone marrow to get the key out to take herself out. Like the bone marrow would like whatever. She needed the key, take herself out, and she wouldn't get decapitated. Um, she failed. She got decapitated. Um, there has never been a saw trap that gruesome. There has never been decapitations. That was crazy.
Never.
No, not to my
Was
recollection
the
at
so
least.
the gore was well done?
Oh yeah. Oh my god, so realistic.
Crazy.
Anyways, that's it though. I don't want to spoil anything
I
else.
I
Now,
will watch Saw. I will Saw one day.
yeah, and also like the
It will happen.
story was very nice, very well done.
Okay, so it's
What
the
did you
best
watch
one
though?
since the original, you would say?
Oh, for sure. Oh, for
Okay.
sure. Nothing beats the original Saw.
Yeah, yeah.
But definitely the best one after the first one.
Sick. Okay. Um, well, I watched all four Wes Anderson shorts
Oh,
this week. Um, I'll give you my rank. Have you seen all four, or have you just
no.
seen Henry
Just the
Sugar?
just the first one, but I want to hear your ranking of them.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna this is gonna be some hot takes here.
Oh shit. Okay.
Number four is Poison.
Okay.
Because that one, I don't know, the narration and like the storybookness of it all just kind of ruined the plot. Because it's about this guy who has a snake, like a dangerous snake on his stomach. Um, he finds it sleeping on his stomach, and he knows that if he moves, he dies. And so he has to call for help in ways and like help. And then it takes like a weird like racial turn.
Okay.
It's okay. It's just it felt too much like a story, like a I don't know, like I could be reading the Roald Dahl story, because
Mm-hmm.
it's just over narrated, and I'm like, give the story some time to talk for itself.
Got it. Okay.
Which I think it's the same amount of narration as these other ones. It's just like it kind of this one, the narration kind of ruined it.
Right.
Um, then I would say the Swan because the Swan was like really sad and like it felt like therapeutic in a way. Um, super interesting. I definitely recommend everyone to watch all four of these. I think they could have done as one big feature actually. Um, but I'm kind of happy with them being short films. I don't know. Um, so The Swan is sad and really well made and well acted as well. Number two is The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, which is kind of a very nice, like, it's a very uplifting short film. Um,
It is.
and it's very well done, and I think the most production wise, cohesively grand and like super visually interesting and kind of
Mm,
visually experimental at times. I'm just the way he uses sets here is genius.
right.
And the narration also works really well. Watched that one with my mom, she also liked it. And then my number one is actually The Rat Catcher.
Huh, okay.
Starring Ralph Fiennes as the rat catcher. It's so depraved.
Oh,
It's
fun fact.
disgusting. What?
It's actually pronounced Rafe.
Really?
Yeah.
Rafe Fiennes? That's crazy. Because I've been calling him Ralph.
Oh, me too. And my
Rafe.
mom was
Okay,
like, "It's
Rafe
Rafe
Fiennes.
Fiennes." I was like, "Okay, okay, don't be mad at me."
Okay. She kind of
But
ate that up.
okay, then that means that I'll watch The Ratcatcher next.
Yeah, Ratcatcher, super fun, weird movie. And I
Okay,
think I liked it the most out of all of them.
nice.
Um, what else did I watch? I watched Tar again, because it's Tar's birthday. It actually went up to a
Woo!
5 out of 5 this
Hell
time.
yeah. Of course it did.
That movie's just maybe the most important film of the last few years. Do you agree?
Oh, for sure.
It's mind blowing. It's a mind blowing movie. I me and Meli both think it's like very very important. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's thought provoking. It's like
Yeah.
the perfect time capsule for people in the future to look back at 2023 and be like, how is 2023 as a year, or 2022? That's what they're gonna get. It
Yeah.
shows not only the effects of the pandemic, but also, the power dynamics, the politics, the type of celebrities, the type of people, how cancel culture worked, how, it's sweeping, it's
Mm-hmm.
amazing, it's just stunning. um I gave another 5 out of 5 to Il Paso, which was a movie from 1962. It's an Italian comedy
Hmm.
that's not as funny as it is dramatic.
Huh.
um
Okay.
and I love that one. Definitely add that one to your list. But yeah,
All right.
that's mostly what I watched this week.
Awesome, Yoav.
Yeah.
Well, guys, our next segment is going to be very fun. So strap in, buckle up. There's going to be some guessing games in there. Like y'all, we're we are we are upping the game.
Yeah.
We're upping
Okay.
the
Well,
game.
see you guys on the next segment.
Yup.
Dum da da dum.
Hello, people of
We're
podcast.
back. We're back.
We're very excited for
And
this.
for horror month, we're gonna be ranking our top 5 horror films.
Spooky.
Oh yeah, yeah. You really spooked me with your lights. I don't know if I can continue the podcast at this point. I'm a little unnerved.
That's
But we'll
messed up.
start with a few honorable mentions. We'll just go back and forth. Honorable mention,
Yup.
5, 5, 4, 4.
And I
Um
you up to start.
oh, thank you. Thank
Oh,
you
you're
for the
welcome.
honor. Um my 2 feature film honorable mentions are both on your horror October list.
Oh.
Um and my first one is Dario Argento's Suspiria.
Wait. You've seen that?
Yeah,
Oh.
my friend was a big horror fan, big fan of this movie, so she showed it to me.
Oh,
Excellent.
you've seen the OG. I've seen the reboot.
I've seen the OG, you've seen the reboot.
Got it.
Excellent film. On every front, excellent film. Um, I recommend it to anyone who likes more slasher oriented horror. But who doesn't want to be too scared, is just in there for the colors and the blood and the like witchcraft.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, you watch that. You'll watch that this month.
Yeah.
What's your first honorable mention?
My first honorable mention is actually visible right now in my screen.
Wait, is it Batman?
No, it's not Batman. It is What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh,
Um,
sorry.
no. This is like a little cutesy horror, little comedy,
Mhm.
directed by Taika Waititi. Um, I don't, I consider it a horror-ish because, vampires and all that.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
some blood and all that.
I've seen the first episode of the TV show.
Yes, I've watched season 1 of the TV show.
Mhm.
Also very funny, very good. Different vampires.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, What We Do in the Shadows are about these like three vampires that all live in the same house, and it's basically just like a mockumentary about what it's like living with them and like
Which is such a good concept. I wish I came up with that concept.
absolutely brilliant, so funny. If you need to laugh, like I'm telling you, this movie will make you laugh. So
Okay, cool.
watch that.
Um, okay, awesome. I will be getting to that. I really liked the first episode, but I never continued the series. So, um, well, my second honorable mention that's also on your horror list is another feature.
Ooh,
It's Alien from 1979,
right.
directed by Ridley Scott. This is a classic staple of horror and sci-fi. Um, to me, it's still scary and it still
Ooh,
holds up. Um, it's great. It's Alien, you know. And if you're gonna watch Alien, you already watch Alien 2, so like it's a whole thing. It's an event, you know.
the whole
Um,
thing. It's a whole
Alien 2 is
shebang.
more of an action film, I guess.
Okay.
More of a thriller than a horror. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But this one is definitely more horror oriented. Just a classic with starring Sigourney Weaver. It's about these people on a commercial spaceship that encounter a new race of being. Um,
Wow.
and it's just amazing, amazing movie.
Nice.
You've probably heard of
I I think I have.
it. Anyways, so what's your third honorable mention?
My second
Your second.
honorable mention.
My
Um,
bad.
it's okay. So, honorable mention. I don't know if Yoav likes this movie, but it's an honorable mention because every time I watch it, I have
Is
fun.
it Crazy Rich Asians?
Oh,
Because I
you
don't like
caught me
that movie.
red-handed. I'm kidding. That is a horror movie in and of itself. But
Yeah.
anyways, no, it's Ready or Not.
Love that
Um,
movie.
oh,
What?
okay.
Love it.
It's not like the best, but
Oh yeah.
it's it's so much fun. And
Yeah.
honestly, like how do I like even describe? Okay. A girl is getting married to this guy and she doesn't know that his family are cuckoo bonkers crazy demon worshipping
Mm-hmm.
people and they own a game monopoly. And on the night of the wedding, you have to play a game. And if you get ready or I mean if you get hide and seek, you have to play hide and seek, but the twist is that that's the only game where they kill you. They try to kill the bride or the groom. And yeah, it's very fun, very refreshing to the slasher-ish horror
Mm-hmm.
genre.
Yeah.
Um, what's her name? The main girl.
Great ending too.
I'm gonna the ending is
I won't spoil it, but you know.
yeah. Um, what's her name?
I don't remember. But it's a relatively low budget film in that it doesn't have a lot of A-listers in it.
Yeah,
Um
the most
but that's
notable.
good
Well,
because it's fresh faces.
Andy McDowell
Well yeah.
and also at what's his name? Adrian?
Adrian Brody is in
Not
it.
Adrian Brody. Adam Brody.
Is that his son? I
From the
don't know. I
from
don't.
the OC.
I don't know. Don't know who that is. Haven't seen the OC. But yeah, great pick. It's
Oh,
it's definitely like so much
this
fun.
guy.
Oh yeah, that guy. Again, like not A-list actors,
Yeah,
but like it's just not a very high budget film, which is really cool because it's fresh and the budget doesn't show at all. It's awesome.
right?
It's
Yeah.
great. It's a great movie. Very, very fun for like if you have like friends over,
Mhm.
you're trying to watch Ready or Not.
Yeah, very fun.
Yeah. So for my last two honorable mentions, I did like short films. Um, I wanted to shout out Martin Scorsese's The Big Shave
Oh, okay.
because it's like kind of an awesome like body horror short. I think we've talked about this on this podcast before,
Yeah, we
right?
have.
Because you watched it recently, and it's just such an interesting short film. Um, and there's a lot of blood in it. It's on HBO Max. I recommend it to anyone who's looking for an interesting time and a
Yes.
short, fun ride.
And then my third little honorable mention is a little guilty pleasure movie. It is not perfect by any means, but it is the Netflix movie Fear Street 1994.
Mm,
Um it's kind of random, but again, kind of like slasher killer movie. And the reason why I like it is because like it's directed towards teens, but it
hmm
still is very gory and bloody, and they show people getting killed, they show murders,
That
which is
movie gives drive, like in car movie. What's it called? Where you watch the movie from your
like
car?
like a drive-in theater.
Drive-in theater. That's what that movie gives.
Yeah, and it's just like
Gives off.
fun. And
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, it's not perfect, but and I don't like all three movies. The first one is the one that I kind of
hmm
only really like.
hmm
Maybe because I also just like the characters in it, but it's fun. Some high school, I don't even remember the plot, honestly. But there's like a witch thing going on, like a curse.
Oh, it's like okay,
But the first one's
interesting.
fun. Takes place in the
Um,
90s. Yeah.
yeah, I will definitely get to that series because Zeb really likes it.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, he likes Fear Street.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Um, I will get to that. Very, very famous Netflix horror series.
Yeah.
Great pick, by the way.
Thanks.
Um, my last honorable mention is another short film. I don't know if you've heard about this one. It's from 1975 and it's directed by Toshio Matsumoto. It's 12-minute long and it's called Atman. Have you heard of Atman?
I have not.
It's a very recognizable poster
No.
if you've seen it's a very unnerving watch.
I thought that was like the what is it, the Oni Baba?
No, it's not. It's a
Okay, it
different
looks
thing.
like
It's a
it.
different because they're both kabuki masks from what I understand.
Kabuki masks. Okay.
I'll just use the description from Letterboxd because this is incredibly hard to describe. Atman is a visual tour de force based on the idea of the subject at the center of a circle created by camera positions. There are 480 such positions in the film. Shooting frame by frame, the filmmaker set up an increasingly rapid circular motion. Atman is an early Buddhist deity, often connected with destruction. The Japanese aspect is stressed by the devil mask of Hangen from the No, and by using both No music and the general principle of acceleration, often associated with No drama. Um, it hurts your head. It will give you a migraine. I just think it's a testament to the power of editing and how just using camera positions you can terrify the audience.
Oh,
Um,
damn. I'm gonna have to watch
yeah,
that.
definitely get to that. It's a very just a fascinating short film. Yeah,
All right.
that's
Hell
my
yeah.
last honorable mention. How about you?
Mine is a honorable worst horror mention.
Okay.
Um, I I've told Yoav I hate this movie. I think it sucks balls. Um, and it is by our most beloved and favorite director, Lars von Trier, Antichrist. I hate that fucking movie.
Oh, awesome.
Every copy should be burned. Um, it should be like you should watch that movie if you're going to be tortured. Like that's the only reason why you should be watching it.
Is
Like
it is it like exploitative? Like why do you hate it?
I hate it because it's stupid. That's why I hate it. And because I don't see a freaking it just is dumb. It's dumb, it's stupid. I don't see a point behind it.
Huh. Have you watched like video essays to like see what other people think?
No, but I will do that.
Well, I don't know because if it's something that's so shrouded in metaphor and like deeper meaning, I don't feel like they need to horror isn't a good genre for like completely detached movies where you don't get anything out of it unless you read up or like watch a video, you know?
Exactly.
Because I feel like if you're showing us the most brutal shit and like actual penis
That's
and
that's
actual
why it's
vagina.
weird because it's like you're showing all of this. You're showing the blood, you're showing a girl cutting her fucking off.
Hmm.
Like no. Um but then it's like why?
Yeah,
Why is this happening?
I think that's my thing with a lot of horror movies. Like, I would rather see stories with less violence in it. That's just me. Like, sometimes violence is necessary in film, but sometimes
Right.
it's not. Sometimes it's like I would rather tell a story with no violence or lesser violence, and those movies can be more impactful for me. So,
And you're so right about that.
yeah.
But
Um,
it's just dumb. I don't like it.
I like that you did a worst horror movie mention. Maybe
Yeah.
one day we'll do a top 5 worst horror movies.
Oh, I have so many. Oh, I
Or
have
like
so
it.
many. I have a lot.
Okay, sick. That might happen. Um, should we get to our top 5?
Um, Abso-freaking-lutely.
Guys, we set up like backgrounds for this and like I'm gonna show the background and then Meli has to guess what movie it is and then we'll talk about each one.
Yes. Let's get to it,
Um,
boys and girls.
can you start with this?
Me?
Yeah,
Sure. Okay.
I want you to.
So this one's easy. You should be
Okay.
able to get it.
Okay.
But I also have like a little extra saucy surprise that comes with this one. So get ready. Fifth place.
Carrie.
Ding ding
Is
ding.
oh yeah.
But I have a saucy
Oh yeah.
surprise.
What's the saucy surprise?
One moment.
Um, great number 5 pick, Meli. Excellent film. Brian De Palma. I can't see anything.
Can you hear it?
No, I can't hear it.
I just it's right where I go. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Um,
I'm
that was
done.
that a clip from Carrie the musical?
Yes, that was. I'm done. I'm done. I thought that was necessary.
That was a very saucy surprise. Do you want to talk about the
Thanks.
movie a little?
Okay, so I watched this movie last year. I think I if I'm not wrong, let me double check right now.
Mhm.
Um check.
76 was one of the best years for movies ever.
Okay, just kidding,
I mean, the
guys.
70s in general, but
So I actually did not watch it for last year's horror October.
Mhm.
Um but I don't remember when I watched it last year for the first time, and I was like instantly hooked. I am a sucker for like any sort of horror movie that incorporates like aspects of Christianity, but not like
Mhm.
the nun type Christianity, like this shit.
Yeah.
This gets me, guys.
That's a really interesting frame again with the Last Supper and like that being
Hmm.
her mom's and Carrie's Last Supper. It's like
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Um
but everyone knows the story of
Genuinely,
Carrie.
yeah.
Um,
It's a sad one. It's a tragic one.
it is a tragic one, but um, it's hard for me to like. God, it's like so hard for me to like give reviews about the movie because
Mhm.
like I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
Um, but I'll like try
It
to the
sticks
best of
with
my
you though.
ability.
It
Yeah,
sticks.
she is such a tragic character, Carrie. Um, and it's so sad as a girl seeing her being treated how she was in the movie and like how she was so sheltered that she didn't even know what a period was and how her mom would make her feel shame for wanting to know about like her anatomy and like her like womanhood. It was like crazy. I just remember like hating this bitch.
Yeah.
And then like at the end they had like their huge fight and they were like, that was the other still I was gonna choose.
Oh
Uh,
God.
but I didn't because it was
Don't
too that
spoil it for the crowds.
oh sorry. But they have the huge fight and she does some stuff, some spooky stuff. Um, but if you don't know, obviously Carrie is adapted from a book written by Stephen King.
Stephen King, yeah.
Um, and then after Stephen King's novel came uh Riverdale's rendition of Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, Hollywood was so wowed that they actually made it into a movie.
Yeah.
This movie. And then after the movie, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna make it into a musical." And it's all thanks to Riverdale.
Yeah. Um, are you talking about Riverdale? What are you talking about?
Do you
What
get?
Riverdale?
Do you understand that I'm joking? He didn't get the joke, guys.
No, the Riverdale, the TV show,
Yeah,
but that came after.
I know.
Oh, very
I
funny
was like
joke.
kidding because like it was whatever. Okay, Riverdale did like a
I
Carrie
was like
thing.
taking you seriously. I thought you were talking about some big Hollywood producer
No,
that I had no idea who he was.
no, it was the movie. It was the book from the movie, and then there's new renditions of the movie. There's a musical. Riverdale did Carrie. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Great film.
yes, great
Very
film.
impactful. It's also very important in like representing the struggles of um teenage girls and just using
Yeah,
all this violence and entertaining horror stuff as a context for the struggles of a high school girl.
we have a
And
lot of
it's
pent up anger inside of us, guys.
Rawr. Let's
I'm gonna actually go,
let's oh, she's done. I'm sorry, Melly, come back.
guys. He roared. Anyways,
But number 5
number
is
5.
a very, very recent one from 6 years ago, actually.
Oh, okay.
Um, and I love this director's work. Everyone loves him. Can you can you guess what movie this is?
Let's see. Oh, door, get out.
Yeah. This is Get Out, directed by Jordan Peele. Just because you're invited doesn't mean you're welcome.
Oh,
Chris and his
eerie.
girlfriend Rose go upstate to visit her parents for the weekend. At first, Chris reads the family's overly accommodating behavior as nervous attempts to deal with their daughter's interracial relationship. But as the weekend progresses, a series of increasingly disturbing discoveries lead him to discover a truth that he could never have imagined. Um,
Damn.
this is a mind-blowing film from director Jordan Peele. I was gonna put Nope because I do think that's my favorite and the best of his filmography. That's just my opinion, but it's not fully a horror film. It's like a mashup of many genres, and this one is more horror oriented. So,
Right.
um, it's a modern classic. It's
Right.
it's very, very important to this day. Um, yeah, I can't really add anything to the discussion of this movie. What do you think of Get Out?
Um, so great.
Yeah.
I was actually debating on putting this in my list.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then I didn't. And I was gonna put in honorable mentions, but then I also didn't. But I love this movie. So brilliant, so great. I feel like you can't watch this movie and not like it.
Yeah.
Like
Unless you're my
everyone like,
mom. My mom didn't like this movie.
oh, oops. I guess never mind. I guess I take back my statement. I revoke it.
No, no, it's good.
Um,
Oh, there he
but
is.
oh, hi Chris. But yeah, Jordan Peele is such a freaking genius, man,
Yeah.
for creating this movie.
Just a masterpiece of modern horror and
Yeah.
just impeccably interesting and detailed and very important film
Yeah.
for a lot of communities. Just epic, 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 epic. And it's my newest film from the lot, so we needed to get some modern horror in the conversation as well.
Woo!
Okay, what's your number
All right, guys, my
4?
number 4.
This is
I
so fun.
I have another saucy surprise.
Oh no.
It's not as bad as the first one.
Okay. Was that the Hill Barn recording?
No, it was just like
Okay, it was
the
just okay.
all right,
Because I've heard Zev sing that song. I was like,
number 4. Hold on.
what?
Hold on. I'll give you a hint because this one's difficult.
Okay. I can't. Have I seen this? I can't hear it. Hold it. Well, I can't hear it. Hold on.
You can't hear it?
No. Oh, Saw. Is it Saw? Okay.
Correct. Could you hear the music?
No, I saw the bathroom. Out of
Oh,
use context.
okay, that's
What
really
was it?
upsetting.
Was it the score for the movie?
Yeah, it was the like it was like his like main score.
I haven't seen it though.
It's
So
okay. I'm
okay.
not gonna spoil anything.
Okay.
Saw the original. I'm gonna do what Yoav did because I like that. Live or
Yeah.
die, make your choice. Obsessed with teaching his victims the value of life, a deranged, sadistic serial killer abducts the morally wayward. Once captured, they must face impossible choices in a horrific game of survival. The victims must fight to win their lives back or die trying. Um, I think this movie is genuinely like one of the original Saw is genuinely one of the best horror movies you will ever watch. It has the perfect amount of plot, the perfect amount of gore, the perfect amount of gayness. First of all, it is so homoerotic. Like, if you watch the movie, you know it is so steaming, fueling, oozing with gayness. And the only thing it's missing is a big fat gay sex scene in the middle of this dirty ass bathroom. But it's not there, which is really upsetting. But um hands down, like James Wan, he kind of has fallen off, but this was his magnum opus. This movie right here, his magnum opus. James Wan come back to directing stuff like this. He did Malignant, which is like very good as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
I haven't seen it.
yeah, Saw, iconic.
It is
Absolutely iconic.
iconic. It is iconic. Um okay, well then my fourth pick is a big change of gears. Um
Ooh.
to more comedy horror and more cult horror.
Ooh.
um you'll every frame from this movie is recognizable, so
Okay.
it's a shame, but
Oh, Rocky Horror.
yeah, the
Duh.
movie has horror in its title. So I should have had a saucy surprise. I should have played To the Late Night
You should
double
have.
feature. This movie is just so good. There he is,
Ugh. Ugh.
the man, the myth, the legend, Tim Curry.
Awesome.
From 1975, a different set of jaws. Sweethearts Brad and Janet, stuck with a flat tire during a storm, discover the eerie mansion of Dr. Frankenfurter, a transvestite scientist. As their innocence is lost, Brad and Janet meet a house full of weird characters, including a rocking biker and a creepy butler. Through elaborate dances and rock songs, Frankenfurter unveils his latest creation, a muscular man named Rocky. I like how
Oh.
this description makes it seem like this movie has a plot.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
You've seen Rocky, right?
Of course.
I mean, what can you even say? It is it gives me a very special feeling of just acceptance and love and casual sex and
Yeah.
just enjoying life and embracing sexuality and romance and whatever and death and like nothing fucking matters. It's just color and it's song and it's like everything. It's just such a beautiful film. And it is kind of scary. I find Tim Curry terrifying and beautiful.
Yep. So
There he
real.
is. He's a scary character, but this movie just makes my heart swell, and it's
I
it's
um
epic.
I will forever, it's always been my dream, it will never come true, to put on a production of Rocky Horror
Maybe one day. Don't
yeah.
say that.
Well, no, in high school.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to do high school theater. I want to do a Rocky Horror. Apparently, I don't think it's too risque, but whatever.
I don't think your school would do it.
No. I could see
And
I
I
could see SMHS doing it.
yeah, I just I don't know. It's you need a good cast
Yeah.
because it's Rocky, you know.
Yeah.
Um, the musical is great, the stage musical, but the movie, in my opinion, is
Oh, it
just
reigns supreme.
it reigns supreme.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be the movie, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
everyone knows the cult movie. It is the cult movie.
Mhm.
I'll say that. It is the cult
It
movie. Like
is. It
it
is.
is so known as just being the cult movie, the essential underground mainstream and underground
Yeah.
horror flick, and it's just so entertaining and beautiful. So yeah, that's my fourth pick.
Awesome. Okay, now let's go into my third pick. All right, y'all. My number 3 pick. We're getting to the
Meli, are
top
you
3.
oozing with blood?
I am oozing with blood, guys. And actually this oozing with blood goes hand in hand with my next pick,
Oh my
which
god.
you're not gonna guess. I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna know what it is, but it's okay.
You
Number 3.
probably haven't heard of it. Hmm.
This is one of my absolute most favorite stills and probably my favorite scene of the entire movie.
Whoa. No, no, you're right. I can't. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I didn't think you would.
I
Um,
failed.
okay. This is the 2016 movie directed by Julia Ducournau.
Raw. It's
Yes,
raw.
it
It's
is
raw.
raw. Yes.
Uh,
Here's a description. What are you hungry for? In Justine's family, everyone is a vet and a vegetarian. At 16, she's a gifted teen ready to take on her first year in vet school where her older sister also studies.
Mm.
That's her older sister. There, she gets no time to settle. Hazing starts right away. Justine is forced to eat raw meat for the first time in her life. Unexpected consequences emerge as her true self begins to form. Um, yeah, guys.
What? What the fuck?
um, I can't even begin to describe this movie. Like, this is one of those things where you need to watch it and experience it for yourself. But all I can tell you is that it is a fucking roller coaster.
Hmm.
It is a roller coaster. I personally, um, I personally really like movies with cannibalism. Um,
Okay.
like not in like that weird way, but I just
No, no,
find that
yeah.
movies with cannibalism have such
It's
like
an interesting concept.
very interesting concept and very beautiful symbolism.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. I don't really want to say anymore because I don't want to like end up spoiling the movie,
Well,
but
have you seen the director's Titan?
I that's on my list to watch this
Okay,
October.
okay. Because
Yeah.
I've heard that was great as well. I'm scared to watch this movie because I've heard it's fucked up.
Oh, it's fucked up. I
Hmm.
will tell you right now it is fucked up. If you do not like body horror, blood, do not
I mean, I
watch.
like it if it's like interesting.
Oh, it is interesting.
Hmm. Okay, well, I'll
She's
get to
also
that one day.
gorgeous, by the way. I just want to put
Um,
that out there. I
who, the
Ella
main character or the
no, the
sister?
sister.
Yeah, yeah.
Her Instagram was private and I requested to follow it and she accepted me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Is it interesting?
She barely posts.
Oh, that's cool. You're like best friends with her.
Yeah, we're besties. What can I say?
Um, great pick.
Thank
Also a
you.
very recent one, no?
Yeah. Yep, 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 yep.
Hmm. Okay, I will get to that one day.
You
I don't
should.
think you'll recognize my third pick either.
Ooh, okay. Let's see.
Um, one second, I just need to find out my backgrounds. Where am I, Meli?
It looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like I know that's not it, but it
It's
looks
not,
like it.
it's not. Um,
Wait, don't. Is it?
I watched this one very recently. I actually talked about it on the pod. I have the Blu-ray right here.
It's not like Twin Peaks.
No, it's
Okay.
Masaki Kobayashi's Kwaidan.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, oh God, this movie is so scary, like in like a very theatrical way.
Okay.
I watched this alone. It's 3 hours long. It's
Oof.
like it's a horror anthology, which is I love horror anthologies. Those are so interesting. Such in the vein of what's it called? What's that one horror anthology with
American Horror Story?
American Horror Story or well, because every season in that is different.
Yo, shout out to American Horror Story. Honorable
Yeah.
mention, Asylum, best horror season ever created.
um I think it might be influenced by this because this is like the first horror anthology.
Can you explain like what you mean by horror anthology, like in movie
So
form?
it's three separate it's four stories.
Okay.
Yeah, four stories and it's the black hair, the woman of the snow. This is a still from the woman of the snow.
Okay.
Hoichi the earless
Oh,
and in a cup of tea.
Okay.
This is like like a spiritual grand experience, very theatrical. As you can see, a lot of this is filmed on a soundstage.
Yeah, right, right, right.
Um, but I find this like surrounding particularly uncomfortable, especially because of the sound design and like there's weird eyes in the sky that like it's it really got me. But not only is it scary and it's also very deep and it's about history and time and the crushing wheel of time.
Oh,
How it
wow.
crushes you. Terrifying movie for me. And just a certified classic. That's Qui Dawn. It's
Nice.
my number three.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna get to
What's
my
your number
number
two?
two pick, which might shock you. This might shock you as it being my number two.
Mm.
But here is the thing.
That's not Scream. Is it Scream?
It is not.
Have I seen this?
No.
I'm sorry, Meli. I don't recognize it.
This is my number two pick is 1997 movie Funny Games.
Oh, it's Funny Games. Oh, I see it now. The white walls.
Yeah. This is a very beautiful still that I found. Yeah. Here's a description for if you've never seen it. There's actually no
Mm,
tag on Letterboxd, like no little tag like log line type
mm,
thing. But the description is two psychotic young men take a mother, father, and son hostage in their vacation cabin and force them to play sadistic games with one another for their own amusement. Um,
mm,
I'm going to read you the other description because there's the 2007 version,
mm,
also directed by Michael Haneke. You must admit you brought this on yourself. When Anne, husband George, and son Georgie arrive at their holiday home, they are visited by a pair of polite and seemingly pleasant young men. Armed with deceptively sweet smiles and some golf clubs, they proceed to terrorize and torture the tight knit clan, giving them until the next day to survive.
huh.
This
Sounds
movie
sick.
is. I'm not gonna like. Again, I'm not gonna give anything away, but this movie is definitely like revolutionary, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Like this movie is revolutionary, especially within the whole fourth wall break.
Yeah, yeah.
It like this is probably like the movie, like the fourth wall break movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even like a one of those things where it's like, oh my God, like the actor looked at me and like whatever. No, no, no. Like it's very purposeful and I don't want to give away the reason why it
Okay.
happens. Um but it's crazy and it's a commentary on like voyeurism
Mm-hmm.
and I mean maybe one day we'll do this on the pod. I would
Okay.
actually love to do it on the pod. But
Okay. Please pick
it's
it.
yeah, it's you could pick it too.
I could. I haven't picked anything that you've seen and I haven't.
Yeah,
It's like weird because then what if you didn't like the movie? Then I'm just like
true.
it's messed
It's
up.
okay. But this is in my top four on Letterboxd. I have
Mm-hmm.
the Criteria on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reason there's a reason why it's in my top four.
Okay. Well,
But
I'm looking forward to watching that. Great pick.
yeah, and then also it might be confusing as to why this is not number one. There's a reason why it's not number one, and I'll get to that when I get to my number one. Yeah.
Okay, well, my top two is very tight. You've seen both of these movies. It's a very tight, like it was a very tight race because they're like one like slightly edges over the other in like how scary it is.
Oh shit.
Um,
Okay.
but
I
you've
think
seen
I
both.
know. I think I know which one is coming up.
Well, my second one, we watched this together on one of the last days I was living in the US.
Right.
What
I
movie
was
is
waiting for
this?
this.
It's
Is there a cat in this movie?
bum 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 bum. I love horror movies with like recognizable scores. Love that.
Word.
Um,
It's
guys, if you don't
house.
recognize this still, it's House
House.
or Hausu, directed
House.
by Nobuhiko Obayashi from 1977. Hoping to find a sense of connection to her late mother, Gorgeous takes a trip to the country to visit her aunt at their ancestral house. She invites her 6 friends, Prof, Melody, Mac, Fantasy, Kung Fu, and Sweet, to join her. The girls soon discover that there is more to the old house than meets the eye. Spooky. Just it's this movie's a little unsettling, but it's mostly funny.
Right.
One of my favorites of all time from the year 1977. Just a masterpiece of comedic horror and surrealism. Again, another description that makes it seem like this movie has like a clear storyline. Oh, it doesn't. It's
It
it's
doesn't.
it's it's crazy. It's a balls to the wall movie.
Yeah.
Meli can attest. Uh, how do you say?
A test?
Uh, attest to that
Yeah.
because it is that it is that one crazy movie in the collection. Obviously, an iconic poster of a cat. Um, very
What was
scary.
the cat's name again?
Blanche.
Blanche. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Laura.
just a great movie. Definitely recommend
Blanche.
this if you're looking for a fun time with your friends.
Yeah.
It's only 88 minutes long. It's in Japanese though, so if that scares you off, why are you even listening to this podcast?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's House. That's my number 2 pick. Beautiful.
And now the number one pick, guys.
Oh.
All right. I don't know if you're gonna get this one. And also I could not find good stills without like kind of giving it away.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see.
Wait, I
Yes.
can't fully see the whole thing. Girl, what is that? I literally don't know what that is.
I
Have I
know it's
seen
kind of
this?
shitty. You haven't.
Is is this from like a video game? Is this anime? What is this?
No, it looks like a video game, but here, I'll put up the poster.
Okay,
I'll put
please
the
do.
poster up. I love this movie and I have it on DVD.
I
Can you
can
guess based off of the color?
Is it what is it called? Shit.
What if I move out?
Yeah, no, 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 I know. It's like 33 days or something.
No,
Thir
not
what is
33.
it? 33 days later. 28 days later.
28 days later, guys.
Interesting. Number 1?
Yeah, number one.
That's crazy.
It was very hard to choose between this or Funny Games as my number one pick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but honestly, it was this one, and only because when I first watched Funny Games, it didn't click
Uh-huh.
instantaneously, but for me this one clicked instantly. Um it's so I
Oh, interesting.
a lot of people don't like this movie. Um
Hmm.
or they don't or they think it's just like mid, which I get it. It's okay. Um that's Cillian Murphy's face, by the way.
Yeah.
And that is I
Is that
believe
Brendan Gleeson? Yeah,
yes.
Brendan
Yep.
Gleeson.
This movie is about like these zombies, but the reason why I liked it so much is because it was more they're not just zombies, they're like rage zombies. So they don't
Hmm.
just like walk slow, like they can run and shit, and it's like really scary. Um I my heart was like beating throughout this whole movie. It's also like a social commentary on what happens when all order is gone and we
Hmm.
revert to chaos and
Many likes
basically
those themes
yeah.
because
And
your favorite book is Lord of the Flies too, which is
yes, it
really
is. Um and almost like anarchy in a way. And
hmm
there's a whole it's about surviving in this world, but it's also about um there's a whole part with these soldiers and like I can't even describe it without you. Like you have to
Isn't
see
it
it.
director
Danny Boyle.
Train Spotting
Yep, I love my boy Danny.
and
Um
Slumdog Millionaire?
Slumdog Millionaire, 127 hours.
Steve Jobs,
Yep. He's very
Yesterday.
he's very reliable director.
Hmm.
Um but it's very multi-layered movie and that's why I like it
Yeah.
because it's not just a one-dimensional zombie movie and it goes
Hmm.
much farther and there are so many different themes that interlace and connect and um like the theme of women in this movie too and the theme of like
So interesting.
men when they're like what is that word, like toxic masculinity but not just like
Hmm.
not toxic masculinity but like masculinity and like what happens when it's at its most heightened form.
Hmm.
uh, it's insane. I all I can tell you is that Cillian Murphy is a good character. You can rely on him and you see his
Well,
penis in this movie.
I love movies that are like about masculinity. So, and
And
especially masculinity in its highest form, such
if
as
you want to see him naked, watch the movie.
I was gonna put in this as a horror movie, but the movie Deliverance, I guess another honorable mention, is about masculinity, and I think it's also a horror movie. I would have put this in if I thought about it, but
Oh,
Deliverance
wait.
would be one of my picks.
Before we move on, let me read the description real
Oh,
quick.
please do.
His fear began when he woke up alone. His terror began when he realized he wasn't. 28 days after a killer virus was accidentally unleashed from a British research facility, a small group of London survivors are caught up in a desperate struggle to protect themselves from the infected. Carried by animals and humans, the virus turns those it infects into homicidal maniacs and it's
Hmm.
absolutely impossible to contain. Um,
I gotta watch that. That's the next one I'm watching. That's the next horror movie I'm
you should
watching
like
after
actually,
Bones and All.
yeah, or
Yeah.
you before, but
Sick.
it doesn't even begin to touch on half the things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're
I
number
didn't
one.
I you've never even talked about that movie to me, so that was a
I haven't,
surprise.
but
Okay, well I will get 28 Days Later. Sick. Okay. Well, I feel like I'm very expected now. Now I'm very expected.
oh,
You're like expecting what I'm gonna pick because mine is not that. It's not like I talk about this movie a lot. So,
okay.
um, what movie is it?
Oh, the Eraserhead.
Yeah, Eraserhead is my number one pick.
Yeah.
Um, and David Lynch in general. Um, in heaven, everything is fine. Henry Spencer tries to survive his industrial environment, his angry girlfriend, and the unbearable screams of his newly born mutant child. Good description, very simple, very sweet. Um, because that's really what it is. It's a man coping with the hell that is Earth.
Yes.
It's a very nihilistic film. I watched this week in theaters for the second time at a local theater with a friend. I'm sorry. Shout out to that friend to bear with me with David Lynch. This is also from 1977. Shares the same year as House, which is funny. Um, just everything about this movie is iconic. I put this in here as just like a staple for like David Lynch in general, but also just Eraserhead being. I don't think I've ever. You don't like fully get this movie until you watch it in theaters. You don't like fully get immersed. But then when I did for the first time, I just realized that I've never been that scared in my life.
Wow.
Eraserhead. And I already saw it and I knew what happens, but then when you watch it in theaters and you actually get the full like experience, that's when it'll click, I think. Um, because I know you've seen this movie and you
Yeah.
didn't give it like a really high rating. I don't
I
remember what
gave
it
it a
was.
3.5, I believe.
Yeah.
Which to me, a
And
3.5 is like good.
I know. I still think you should reconsider though. I still think you should check it out once more.
I probably will, but I do want to say that this was actually the first movie. This is the movie that really connected like the bridge between us. Like
Oh yeah.
we were like we were like not like super super close before, and then like
Mhm.
Yoav, we talked about it and he was like, "Oh, you should watch Eraserhead." And I watched it. And that was the first time we called and had a full discussion about the movie. And after that,
The
it
first one-on-one ratio pod, if you will.
yeah, literally. And it picked up from there. So this is very special.
Yeah.
And then I got him the disc for
This is Meli's doing
yeah,
this thing. This awesome Blu-ray. Um I
sentimental
just
value.
it's amazing. It's an amazing movie. Um but yeah, that's Eraserhead. In heaven.
Woo!
Yeah.
Guys,
Ooh, guys, thank you for bearing with us with our long ass like ranking. I hope
yeah.
you enjoyed it, and I hope that you got some cool recommendations for horror movies that are kind of quirky.
Mm-hmm.
We're not your basic bitches.
Well, Saw and Carrie are kind of basic, but that's
No,
okay.
no. Like basic is like Get Out.
Okay. Get Out,
I'm kidding.
Halloween.
Yeah, like The
Okay.
Exorcist.
Right.
We're not those kind of dudes because
No.
I haven't even seen The Exorcist.
Neither
Um
have I. Oh.
but yeah, thank you guys for bearing with us. I
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah. And if you watch
And
any of them, let us know which ones you
yeah,
watch.
let us know. And let us know if you like these like more informal ones because
Yeah.
they're cool.
We can sprinkle them
Um
in.
yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching slash listening.
Thanks,
And we'll see
guys.
you next week, hopefully with Bones and All, directed by Luca Guadagnino. Watch that if you still haven't.
Yeah. And do oh. And do this. Wait. Nope, just kidding. But yeah, watch Bones and All so we can do that again
Yeah.
next week.
And if you haven't seen every single one of the movies we mentioned today, what are you doing?
You should not be allowed to be
To breathe.
anywhere near, yeah, to breathe. Why are you alive in October?
Yeah. I'm
Rights
just done. I'm done with
revoked.
them. But if you have, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we love you.
That's pretty cool. We love you so much. Obviously, just kidding. Or are we?
I guess you'll never know.
Huh. Boo. Have a great October, guys. Have a happy
Yeah.
Halloween. And I hope that you watch some cool horror movies and that you get some picks from us.
Yep.
Yeah. See you guys next week.
Bye, guys.